Hi, my name is Ron Daniel, and what I wanted to introduce to you today is innovation called TELESIS. TELESIS is a seawater abstraction system, which on the face of it may not seem like much of an innovation, but let me put that in context. We presently live in the global water crisis, the global water scarcity gap, which is a reality for 50% of the human population. Some, it's just inconvenience. For many, it's mortality. It's a serious issue, and there doesn't appear to be a solution. 50% of the population live in this crisis. 70% of the population live near the coast. Desalination would appear to be the obvious solution. However, desalination is not presently the solution because desalination hasn't improved in terms of energy consumption in something like 30 years. Desalination is destructive and costly and is not therefore the solution at present. We could make desalination better by changing the water source, by abstracting water from below the seabed. This is a concept which has gained much praise from a great many academics, UNESCO, Khost University in Saudi Arabia, and numerous others, but the application of the concept hasn't yet been achieved. This is where TELESIS comes in. TELESIS innovation is subsea bed seawater abstraction, which I personally have done on 2 occasions in Bahrain, but with our new technology to eradicate the issues that exist in these precursor installations. By taking water from below the sea, we avoid or preempt or preclude the massive destruction of desalination, where the cross range of ecological marine life are destroyed at the intake and then further destroyed by the carcinogenic and toxic effluent. Subseabed seawater is highly filtered, naturally filtered by the dynamic actions of the seas with waves and tides, currents and storms. And it has fantastic pre-treated quality which allows a 30% reduction in energy consumption in the desalination process. Furthermore, there are no need for the nasty biocides that accompany desalination processes at present. So by changing the method of intake, we have resolved the issue of cost and of environmental destruction. And so we put TELESIS into action in that regard. TELESIS is a pleasant marriage between ecology and economy. It's profitable because it can serve affordable water while still being a profitable operation. Furthermore, the profits are significantly enhanced because TELESIS allows multiple revenue opportunities. Whereas open intakes in desalination serve just that purpose, they provide feed source to the desalination process. Due to the geothermal qualities of TELESIS waters, we can apply the same water in multiple processes. For example, the water from TELESIS comes from the sea, regardless of the seawater temperature above, at the same temperature every day of the year, every year. This geothermal quality could serve, for example, a district cooling scheme by radically transforming it. With TELESIS water servicing a district cooling scheme, we avoid the use of cooling towers. The water from the sea goes directly to the water-cooled chillers. Cooling towers become redundant. And as a consequence, we do not have to find the very demanding need for the makeup water, which is lost through cooling towers. We don't need to sacrifice the space given to cooling towers, and we don't need to involve ourselves in the very difficult routines of blowdown and maintenance of the cooling towers, etc., etc. The result for district cooling is a 30% reduction in capex and a 60% reduction in opex. 60%. That's made up of energy savings and the high intensity maintenance associated with cooling towers and the extreme cost of finding the makeup water or acquiring the makeup water. So now what we have in combination is a desalination process which is significantly cheaper than anything else that's available, 50% reduction in costs, same capex, but multiple revenue. And the whole thing is environmentally benign. This is the solution. It's needed now and your involvement would be greatly appreciated. Many thanks for listening.